I am now constructing a trouser block, and it's a standard basic trouser block with a nice neat fit. The measurements I am working off are a 70 centimeter waist and a 98 centimeter hip with a 28 centimeter body rise. I'm just writing that all down. Okay, and we work on the front block first, and then we create the back block from that. So the first thing to do is draw a really long straight line right down the center of your page, at least about 110 centimeters long. And then to get your body rise position, you mark on that from your 0 to 1, 28 centimeters down. So from 0 to 1 is 28 centimeters, and you square out and mark in the line for your body rise, and that will be where the whole crotch position is actually drafted. Our position 2 from 0 to 2 is 21 centimeters down, and that's where our hip line is. Okay, and that's your standard 8 inches down. So from 0 to 3 is your waist to floor measurement, so that's the actual length of your trouser. Okay, so from 0 to 0.3, which is going to be all the way down the bottom, is 104. Okay, we'll mark that off and square out. Okay, just so you can see that. So that is 104. And that's 0.3. That's 104 centimeters down. Okay. So I'm just going to roll up my paper again, because I'm going to work on the top up here now for a while. So just to bring it back into view for you. And admittedly, I am following my notes because this is quite a complicated one. So the next thing we have to mark in is position 1 to 4. So 1 to 4 is half the measurement of 1 to 3 minus 5 centimeters. So basically it's half the measurement of 1 to 3. So sorry, we're actually marking in our knee position. So 1 to 4 is down here, we're marking in our knee position, and that is half the distance from 1 to 3 minus 5 centimeters, which brings it in at 33 centimeters. So we mark in 33 centimeters and square across. And that is position number 4. And that was 33 centimeters down, and that's for the knee. Okay. And then the next thing to do is position 1 to 5. So we're going to start around here. And that is 10 centimeters. So from 1 to 5 is 10 centimeters. So that's position number 5, and that's 10 centimeters. Okay. And then the next thing to do is 6 to 8, a quarter the hip measurement plus 0.5. So from point 6 to 8, and where we get number 6 from is we square up from 5. And that gives you 0.6 here. And it actually gives you 0.7 there. Okay, so just kind of bring that up again. So 1 to 5 is 10 centimeters, and then you square up to get 0.6 and 0.7. Okay, so 7 to 8 is 23 centimeters. Sorry, 6 to 8 is 23 centimeters. My apologies. So 6 to 8 is 23 centimeters. So there's my 3 and there's my 20. And that gives me 0.8. And that was 23 centimeters. the whole way across. I'll just bring that into view. So that's basically getting my hip width, okay? So from point 6 all the way across to point 8 is 23 centimeters, okay? And that's putting in your hip measurement, okay? And then 5 to 9 is 1/16 of your hip measurement plus 7. So what we're doing here now is we're starting to create our crotch. Okay, so I do actually have a draft of this underneath, so I'm just going to line it up so I can try and be a little bit more coherent with this, because it is actually quite complicated. Okay, so from 5 out to 9 is 7 centimeters. That's 0.9, and that is 7 centimeters. Okay, so 5 to 9 is 7 centimeters. All right, and then 7 to 10 is 1 centimeter, and 10. So basically, we're bringing this line in to get 0.10, and that's just gone in 1 centimeter. Okay, so up here at the very top, we brought that in 1 centimeter, and 7. You join then point 6 and 9 with a curve, touching a point from point 5 3 centimeters out. Okay, so just to explain that a little bit better, I'm going to bisect this angle here. So the angle between point 5, 6 and 9 is going to get bisected. I'm marking a point of 3 centimeters. Okay. So then, to create that crotch shape, we join point 10 to point 6 through that new 3 centimeter point here and around to point 9. Okay, straight up, and then putting in a curve. So to recap that again, the line that you squared up from point 5 through point 6 all the way up to point 7 was moved back 1 centimeter. So that slightly angled line, which is now called point 10, was then brought down through point 6, and then a nice curve 3 centimeters out from point 5 and coming around to join up with point 9. And that's creating the crotch shape. Okay, so that's that bit done. And then point 10 to 11 is, we're going to bring in our waist point now. So a quarter of our waist measurement plus 2 centimeters. So a quarter of our waist measurement is, what is a quarter of our waist measurement? 70 divided by 2. We'll just measure it off a little bit. So from 10, so it's 19. So 10 to 11 is 19 centimeters. So that is 0.11. Okay, and that's 19 centimeters. Alright, and that is 10 to 11. Half the trouser, so from point 3 to 12. So we're going to, sorry, before we finish that, we're going to construct our dart, and we're doing that on the line of 0, and the length of the dart is 10 centimeters, and it's just a 2 centimeter dart. So one either side. Okay. So that is the dart on the back. And now we're going to go down and mark in our 10. So that was 10 centimeters down. and it was a 2 centimeters dart in total. Okay, so just before I switch down, I'm going to show you that again. So I marked in my waist from point 10 to point 11, which was a quarter of my waist plus 2 centimeters. So a quarter of my waist was 17, plus 2 centimeters is 19. And then I've marked in my dart on the line 0. I came down 10 centimeters, and it's a 2 centimeters dart, so I marked 1 centimeter either side. Okay, and now we're going to go down and mark in our hem, the end of our trouser. Okay, so from 3 to 12 is 8.5. So 8.5, and this is position 12 over here. Okay, and 4 to 13, which is over here. 4 to 13 is 10 centimeters. And that's 10 centimeters. Okay, and then you're going to draw in your side seam. Okay, you join up point 11 to 12. And then you join up 13 to 8. So you just draw a nice straight line. And then you join up 8 to 11. But halfway along, you come out 0.5. Okay, so halfway along there, you come out 0.5 and use that like you would have done on your skirt block to create the curve of your hip. Okay, so that is the side seam of your front trouser block. So back down to the hem again. So 3 to 14 is 8.5. This is 0.14 and it's 8.5. And then 4 to 15 is 8.5. Okay. So this is creating the inside leg seam. Okay. And you draw the inside leg seam. So we are going to join up 14 to 15. Can you see where I am? Join up point 14 to 15. And then we join up 15 to 9. Halfway along that, you curve inwards 0.75. So it's no harm just giving it a slight shape here at this point as well, just to get a nice line on it. You can kind of soften that a wee fraction if you want to. So at that point there, I came in 0.75 of a centimetre. Okay, and that just curves that in, so that gives us a better shape to the inside leg. Alright, so that is your front block. Okay, complicated, but hopefully you can follow that. So now on top of that we draw our back block. Okay. Oh, sorry, silent pause, never a good thing. So 5 to 16 is 2.5, so 5 to 16, 2.5 centimeters, and that's 0.16. Okay, so from 0.5 out to 0.16 is 2.5 centimeters. Okay, and then from 16 to 19, 16 to 19 is 14 centimeters. So you square up the whole way, and we mark in 0.19, and we also mark in 0.18. Okay, so from 0.5 to 16 was 2.5 centimeters, and from that 0.16 I squared up the whole way, and I've marked in 0.18 and 0.19. So from 16 to 19 is half the measurement of 16 to 18. Sorry, so that 19 point there is not on that line, my apologies. So to get 0.19, it's 14 centimeters up. Okay, so that's to get 0.19. So from 16 to 18 is simply squared up the whole way, but to get 0.19 you measure up 14 centimeters from 0.16 up. Okay, and then 18 to 20 is 2 centimeters. So we're going to bring this line back 2 centimeters. And that's going to give us 0.20. So up there at the very top. Okay, so this is going to be the front, the center front line of your trouser. You're coming back from 0.18 2 centimeters, and that's marking in 0.20. Okay, and then 20 to 21 you square up another 2 centimeters. So 21, and that has gone up 2 centimeters. Okay, so just to kind of bring that into focus a little bit more, just to show you what's going on here. So what we're trying to do at the moment is actually find the center front of our trouser waist. Okay, so from your 0.16, which is on your crotch line, I squared the whole way up through my original back. Sorry, this is the back block I'm talking about. The red is the back block. So the red line came the whole way up here. To find 0.19, I came up 14 centimeters and marked in 0.19. To find 0.20, you mark 2 centimeters back, and then to find 0.21, you mark 2 centimeters up. So it's over 2 and up 2 from this original point here. Okay, so from here, from the X point, you go out 2 and up 2. Okay, and then you join 0.21 to 0.19. Can make a lot more sense now when all this gets joined up. So from you join 0.21 to 0.19, then you divide 0.16 in half, and you come out 4.2, 4.5. Okay. And then we need to find the actual other part of our crotch measurement here. Okay, so 9 to 23 is 4 centimeters. Okay, so we're going to draw all that in now. So that is your back crotch. Alright, so from that point up there all the way around to point 23. Okay, and then you drop that down 0.5. So actually, my apologies, that should have dropped down. And actually you can see that it does give a better line. Okay, so that comes down 0.5 to make mark 24. Okay, so 23, 24, that is 0.5 here. So we've dropped point 23 down 0.5, and that's given me point 24, and that has allowed me to get a much better shape there on my crotch as I come round. Okay, so 17 to 25, so where is point 17? 17 again was here. Okay, so 17 to 25 is 26 centimeters. So way off screen. I'm going to bring that over for you now. Okay, so point 17. So we're getting our hip. So 17 to 25 at point 25. Oh yeah, no, I'm right. Point 25 is actually 26 centimeters. Okay, so all the way along there. Okay, and then we need to fill in the rest of our waistline. So quarter of the hip, 22. Yeah, sorry, I hadn't read that, but I'm sorry for the sign. It's 21 to 22, which is the waist point over here, is 21.5. So that is point 22, and that came over 21.5 centimeters. Okay, so again, that was to get my waistline. And now we're going to place in our darts at point 30 and 31. So you divide that into equal parts. You divide your waist into equal parts. So that happens to measure 21, so basically 7 centimeters apart. You're going to put in a 1 centimeter dart. Okay, so 7, 14, square that down, and you're putting a 1 centimeter dart on that. So just 1 centimeter either side, and the length of the dart is 10 centimeters. From point 31, so this is point 31 over here, and this is point 30. So the 31 is going to be 12 centimeters long, and the 31 is going to be 10 centimeters long. Okay, and you square up your drawing your dart. Just to kind of recap that again, just on your waist. So from point 21 here, which is the centre back of your trouser, I drew at 21.5 to get me to point 22. Then I divided that line in 3 equal sections, which happen to be 7 centimeters, to mark in the centre of each dart. Square down on point 30, 12 centimeters, and square down on point 31, 10 centimeters, and draw in your 2 darts. Okay, and then you can draw in your hip measurement, your side seam from point 22 to point 25. but again, as always, about halfway along, come out 0.5 to get your curve. Exactly the same as you did on the front hip, you do the same on the back hip. Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is draw in our inside leg and our outside leg. So the knee measurement is 13 to 27 is 1 centimetre. So 1 centimetre here, and that gets you 0.27, and then 1 centimetre here, and join the two of those up. And join this up. Again, you're just going to kind of use your eye to get a decent curve on that. Okay, just kind of soften that ever so slightly as you draw it. Just don't draw it dead straight. You want to get a little bit of a curve on that. Okay, so I've literally kind of come in about 0.25 here, and then I've gone out about 0.25 there, just to kind of soften that line. I just didn't want it too dead straight. Okay, so 0.12 to 26. And here is 14, 28 is 1 centimetre. So down here again, out here 1 centimetre, and then 1 centimetre here. And when we join here, so this is for we are going to come in again halfway along. You're going to come in about 1.25. You're going in. Okay? Again, so you can get a nice curve. And there you go, I've drawn it up. Okay, so I know it's quite complicated, but hopefully the notes that I attach with this will help. I'm sure ask me any questions. And that is your trouser block.